In this video, I'm going to show you how to disable the lockout chip on your Nintendo Entertainment System. There are 6 screws on the bottom we need to remove first. I'll be using a Phillips screwdriver to remove them, and all of the tools and supplies I'm using in this video will be linked in the description. It is important to note if you are wanting to disable your lockout chip, there are a few games that aren't going to work if you disable it, and it is important to keep in mind that most of the time disabling this chip isn't going to make your games play if there's a bad connection. It will stop the red light from blinking, but games still won't play if there's a bad connection. We have 2 other videos showing how to clean the game cartridge and the game cartridge slot. Both of those things are a lot more likely to be the problem if you have a blinking red light. I'll link those at the end of this video. Once all those screws are loose, you can turn it over, and then the top will just come right off. Next, we need to remove the 7 screws that hold this metal plate on. With those screws removed, this shield will just lift off, just like that. Then we need to remove these 2 screws, these 2, and these 2. It is important to note that these 2 screws are significantly longer than the other 4 screws on this tray. With that done, we can push the game slot tray forward and lift up, and you can kind of wiggle it around to get that out, but it'll come out just like that. Now we need to remove this screw and this screw. After those screws are removed, we can lift out the board, but not too far. We need to remove this cable, and this cable. These are plastic connectors, so be very careful. I'm going to grab the wires and wiggle back and forth, and those connectors will come right off. Just like that. And we can move the shell out of the way, turn this over, remove the bottom metal piece. Now we can get to our lockout chip. I am going to remove the game slot though because it'll sit better on my workbench. So we'll just pull backward, just like that. And then we'll set that aside. Here is our lockout chip. It is labeled 3193A. Sometimes the A isn't there, but that's the one that it is. I'm going to get zoomed in on it so you can see what I'm doing. So this is the chip that we're talking about, the 3193A. This little dimple indicates pin 1, which is right here. So we need pin 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is pin 4. So what I'm going to do is use some flush cutters. I'm going to cut this pin about in the middle, lift up one side. Now I could cut it all the way down here and lift it up, but I do want to make it so you can reconnect this if you really wanted to. So I'll cut it in the middle, and we could technically be done at that point, but it is recommended to run this pin, solder a wire from this pin to a ground source. So I'll do that after I get the pin cut. So here we go with just some flush cutters. Pin 4, just gotta get in there enough. There we go, and cut. Now we need to run a wire from that pin to ground. I'm just gonna use my multimeter just to verify. These pins are all ground over here. We got multiple other ground points, so it doesn't really matter which one you run it to. So I'm going to do that next. So I'm going to come in with some flux, put a little flux there, and then some flux on my ground pin, my ground pad that I'll be using, which is right here. I'll turn on my fume extractor and we'll get the soldering done. I'm going to come in and pre-tin this pin real quick. And this is the wire I'm going to use. I need to burn off some of that coating though. Just going to solder that right on there. And bring our wire down to our point right there. Now I just need to burn off the coating and get it soldered to that point. Almost there. And cut with our flush cutters, and we're done. Now one of the cool things about this chip is just how it works. So this chip is essentially a lock, and the key is found in the game cartridge. In NES game cartridges, we have a 6113A. This is basically an identical chip to this chip. This chip acts as a key and unlocks that chip. When I cut pin 4, that makes this chip think that there's pretty much just always a game cartridge installed, so there's always a key inside the lock. Now all I need to do is clean up the flux on this board, Okay, and now it's all cleaned up. Now I do have to say again, this likely isn't going to fix the problem if you have a blinking red light and your game won't load. It will fix the blinking red light, but if you have dirty contacts, the game still isn't going to load. I made another video showing how to clean the pins on a game cartridge, and another video showing how to clean the game cartridge slot inside the NES. I'll put those two videos up on your screen now so you can get your NES fixed and get back to gaming.